You know, winter just keeps on going. If you have 136 centimeters of snow in the springtime, Gander, Newfoundland, which incidentally is under a winter storm watch as we speak. But we have some snow right here in southern Ontario. It's been light in nature. This is the low pressure system, so it's been passing south of the lower Great Lakes, but it's been enough to bring us a little bit of snow. You know, temperatures have been awfully cold. I know it's March the 1st. This is actually the first day of meteorological spring. It's not astrological spring, but it's meteorological spring. Okay, so let's talk about February. It was the coldest on record at Pearson Airport. On average, this February, the temperature was minus 12.6. Normal is minus 4.5, broke a record from 1979 of minus 10.8. Hamilton broke a record as well, coldest on record too. Again, minus 13.6 was the average through February, way colder than normal. And you've had 42 straight days in Hamilton of temperature 0 or below, 36 in Toronto. Okay, let's go to Waterloo, shall we? You can just keep it going. We've talked about the record amount of days for the Rideau Canal this year. Yes, it's been so cold that maybe the skaters have not been out in droves, but still, most days in a row since the Rideau Canal originally opened. Okay, so total ice cover, speaking of ice, these are the Great Lakes. This is this year in white, in blue, that's last year. 2014. So we're at 96% for Lake Erie, 69.5% for Lake Ontario. And you have to remember, too, that Lake Erie is a much more shallow lake than Lake Ontario. So it freezes up more quickly. Usually has an impact on lake effect snow. So we do have some snow right now. Temperature-wise, a little on the cool side on Monday morning. You'll feel those wind chills, by the way. It's going to be breezy through Monday. Our bigger storm, and we're going to be focusing on this coming up, is on Tuesday.
This one.
Hi, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the Weather Network. I'm Kim MacDonald. You know, at first I thought, boy, the Weather Network really gets some high ratings in the wintertime because we get so many storms and it's so cold and people want to know how to dress. And then I thought maybe it's just because people are watching television and do not want to get off their couch because it's just too darn cold outside or they're tired of dealing with the snow and the ice and everything else. So we do have some snow across southern Ontario as we speak. There's a low pressure system moving through and it's bringing some light flurries. Temperatures remain on the cool side. And yes, it has been a record year for both Toronto Pearson Airport and Hamilton. Not record year, record February. So record cold, on average minus 12.6 at Pearson, minus 13.6 at Hamilton, both breaking records from 1979 and well below the average of minus 4.5. Temperatures were around that, you know, that minus 5 mark. And I had people convinced that the temperatures must have jumped up above freezing because you've had 42 days in Hamilton of 0 or below. But I said, no, it just felt warm because people are getting used to the minus 10s as a daytime high. So all of a sudden, minus 5 feels balmy, right? Okay, this is ice cover for the Great Lakes. We're at 69.5 on Lake Ontario, 96 for Lake Erie. There's that snow moving through right now. Temperatures chilly on Monday morning. We can handle these minus 7s, minus 8s, but it's going to be windy. So keep that in mind. And the wind chills will be a little bit colder, minus teens to start the day. Monday afternoon, minus 5. And it's Tuesday that we've got another system coming in. So high pressure sunshine on Monday. And here comes the big low on Tuesday into Wednesday. Watch for snow and some freezing rain as well. Things you need to know. That's coming up.
Go to the...
Okay, so this weekend everything's nice and calm so far in Atlantic Canada, but the storm is going to get ramped up through the overnight and into Monday across the Maritimes and eventually into Newfoundland as well, where we find ourselves with the heaviest amount of snow. The winds are really going to pick up as well. Now, central and western Newfoundland, 15 to 25 centimeters. Not a lot of people too worried about that 10 to 15 on the Avalon, and that's only because it's not because you're not going to see a storm. It's because that snow is going to transition over to rain as temperatures get a little bit milder on Monday night. So how much snow in February? Anybody happy to see February go? Maybe a couple people. 223 centimeters, Charlottetown. 184 centimeters in St. John. Traditionally about 48 centimeters. So just a little bit more. Just a little bit more than average. We have had 36 days and counting of temperatures 0 or below in Toronto. In Hamilton, it's been 42. Almost record-breaking. Okay, certainly record-breaking cold at Pearson Airport. And if all this cold makes you want to go underground, maybe hang out with the groundhog. Have you heard this tunnel story at York University? I think a lot of people were talking about it last week. You know, that's not the only mysterious tunnel. In fact, Dan Martins from our website talks a little bit about 5 other interesting tunnels. Take a look.
Wow.
Well, if you're not looking down for tunnels, look up at the Aurora Borealis. Check out this across the country again tonight. Great viewing. And our cameraman, Sean, caught this picture in Crossfield, Alberta yesterday. Beautiful stuff, and you can see that again tonight. Time now for news in a minute. Here's Rachel.